Can we get through it before my camera runs out of battery? Maybe, maybe not. Let's find out together. Welcome back to Dead Good Book Reviews. I'm Judith, and you're watching another What I'm Reading Right Now video here on the channel. These are videos where I talk about what I have been reading, what I'm currently reading, and what I'm going to be reading, alongside new releases, any books I've brought in. It's basically just a cheeky little update. I have finished 2 things since last time we spoke, not as many as I perhaps would have liked, given how far behind I am in general TBR things. But that's okay. First up, I finished The Well of Ascension. I finished this on Patreon reading sprints with Angela. We had a lovely time. Love this. Second book in the Mistborn trilogy. If you've not read any Brandon Sanderson, this isn't where you're going to start. But for those who have read this or who are interested in reading Mistborn, I really enjoyed this. I think it's a great second book. One of the things I'm really noticing in this Brandon Sanderson project, where I'm trying to read all of it, it's just very, very readable. This is 780 pages or so? 781, there you go. It didn't feel that way. It doesn't feel long. I've got books on this list of 500 pages that feel very, very, very long. This is just very readable. And yes, it's a reread, so maybe that makes a difference. But overall, I'm just really enjoying reading that. So next week we will come on to Hero of Ages. The other book I finished is The World We Make by N.K. Jemisin. I have The City We Became here. That's what that looks like. But The World We Make is book 2 of that duology. It was originally going to be a trilogy, but now it is The Great Cities duology, confirmed in the author's note. So it rounds off really neatly. I am going to film a rapid-fire review for that, possibly today, possibly tomorrow. Ideally, I would do it now, but there's not that much time left in my lunch break, so maybe we'll do that in the future. And I might do that as YouTube shorts rather than as a full video, just because it's the second book in a duology, so I don't know how many people would care. But then again, I didn't review book 1, so I'm torn. Overall, I thought this was absolutely fantastic. A really great sequel. If you didn't like book 1, you won't like book 2. But if you did like book 1 like me, and you thought it was fabulous, and you just went, I want to know more about these kind of anthropomorphic city, avatars, you'll like this. This gives me everything I wanted from that. It was really, really good. Not subtle about its politics, not subtle about what it's trying to get at and what it's trying to not push as an agenda, because that feels very like somebody on Twitter with a very particular profile picture. It's absolutely fabulous. N.K. Jemisin is just such a good writer, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I will have some form of visual content about what I thought about it out on this platform at some point in the near future. I'm in the middle of 4 things. My audiobook at the moment is still the last book in the Temeraire series. I can't remember what it's called, and it's not in front of me, but it looks like this, and I'm currently listening to it very, very slowly because I have too many big stories that are happening at the moment, like reading Mistborn and things. Adding another story into the mix through my ears is not great. I've just been enjoying some music at the moment. Other things I'm reading, I have actually progressed A Restless Truth. I really wanted to finish it before this video. It's not going to happen. So I will hopefully have polished it off before this video goes up, and we'll talk about it next week. But yes, still enjoying that. Read another 50 pages or so. It's a good book. More on. I've made a very, very brief start on Africa Risen, which is a collection of short stories. I've read the prologue. That's how short of a start I've made on that. I'm reading that over the next 3 weeks, so I'll probably mainly talk about that in 3 weeks' time. And lastly, I'm reading Children of Memory by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is the 3rd book in the Children of Time series. Well, that's why, because it's the same name as the first book. I'm really enjoying this so far. I think I'm probably about 20 to 30% of the way through, and it's just really good. If you liked the first 2 books, you'll probably like this more when I finished it. But so far, I'm enjoying it. I don't want to spoil it, but it's a good read. Still to read this week. This is a somewhat optimistic stack of books, but I believe in myself. Firstly, digitally, I have Ocean's Echo by Everina Maxwell. I'm really, really excited to get to this. I really want to read this week. I'm trying to get back to reading when I have insomnia rather than mindlessly scrolling on my phone. We'll see how we go. I still have to read Lady Night by Tamara Pierce. I'm just progressing that. Oh, also an Animorphs book. Animorphs 44 needs to happen. That's probably happen on Sunday. The Stars Undying, I'm still technically reading. I realise I have actually started that, but it's really slow going, and I'm kind of tempted to DNF. It's just not quite been my thing, but I might give it until 200 pages just to see, because I want to like it. Darn it. I have to start The Bitter Twins. Trying to finish the Winnowing Flame trilogy in 3 weeks. And lastly, I have Kaikeyi, which I was kindly sent for review. I'm really excited to get to this, and I would like to read it this week if I can. That would be great. If I make a start on that and don't finish it, like, it won't be the end of the world if it goes into next week, but it will be a real inconvenience for me, so I need to get to reading. October seems to be a bit of a weird month for new releases. Like, a lot of them came out right at the start of the month or are coming out towards the end of the month, and just there's a section in the middle, there's not really anything I'm interested in, so I don't have any new releases to tell you about, but I did buy some books. Like, I can buy books if I want to, but these particular books were secondhand. I got them from a local charity shop while I was doing a bit of a quest for some bits and bobs for an upcoming video, and I actually got the Great Leveller collection in this lovely little box set for £2.50 from a local charity shop, which I'm not mad at, because this originally cost £29. a bargain. They are a little bit scuffed just because they stuck the price sticker onto the book and it pulled off some of the book cover. But the insides of them, I'm sure, are absolutely fine. So this is Best Served Cold, The Heroes, and Red Country, all three of which I've never read, and I have on my series to finish list, so I'm really excited to get to those probably in 2023. I need to sit down and add those to my TBR when I'm done filming this. As much as that is a ridiculous stack of things to read, I do feel like I'm clawing my way back into having some semblance of control over my reading schedule and my filming schedule. If I can just get Animorphs 43 filmed this week, I think I'll have managed it. I don't know when I'm going to film that because I have stuff on the next 2 days, but it might happen at the weekend. I can believe in myself. Lots of books that I'm currently reading and lots of new things to me, which is really exciting, but they do take a little bit longer than rereads do, so it's balancing it all out, isn't it? I am going to focus up on Children of Memory for now and then see how I go with everything else in the stack. What have you been reading? What have you been up to? Let me know down in the comments below. I always love reading your lovely comments on Fridays and Saturdays. It just warms my weekend. I hope that you are doing well. While you're down there commenting, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. It makes me feel loved and appreciated. You can also follow me on social media, come hang out on Discord if you would like to have chill chats about books during the week times. I've got some crafty things that I'd quite like to share on there at some point in the future as well. I'm just getting them to a stage where they can be shared. Nothing makes me feel more loved and appreciated than my patrons over on Patreon who support the channel and get early access to some videos and bonus content. Ooh, how thrilling. Recently I wrote a long blog post about YouTube Shorts, so if you're interested in checking that out, that'll be linked below as well. Thank you so much for watching. That's all from me, and I will see you in the next one.
There's gonna be some bloopers now.
I'm Judith, and you're watching another... not episode of it, but I've lost the will. Where's the will gone?